Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review. I'm trying to fix my sweatshirt. This is my review for Ready to Love Season 3, Episode 5, and everything going on. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. I do talk lower. I don't talk as loud. I think I'm not a rude ass neighbor. Who knows? Anyway, okay, if you have not done so, do not forget to always comment in the comment section what you comment. Oh, like the video. Okay, and do not forget to also hit the little share button or whatever. Honey, I'm all discombobulated. You can also follow me on IG and Twitter at J_Lees_Corner, okay? And then, relax and relate and release, okay? And center yourself and anyone around you and inhale and exhale. Okay, let's get started on these people. I don't have cartoons for these. I do not have cartoons for these people, girl. I do not have cartoons for these people because we don't know them well enough like that. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense to do that just yet. So, I'm going to try to do what I can do with this and whatnot. I really feel like, it's not a big thing for these pictures. I'm just going to pick and choose when I use them and how often I do it or whatever. But for some of my main shows, I'm going to find, the cartoons. But we don't know these people just yet. We see Brian, Chris, and Alex sitting around chit-chatting or whatever, okay? And they asked Brian, well, how was your date with Alicia, okay? We know Alicia's the one who I keep on saying she's looking for a sponsor. And he said, well, I had a good time, but I just made sure to end my night where I wanted it to be, which was going to see Alex and whatnot. I'm like, cool. We then see Rashid and has a conversation with Denise. Now, again, he know that she supposedly called him narcissistic. She did say he was narcissistic. She did say he was a narcissist, okay? The fact that she keeps saying, that ain't what I said, it's like, no, you making up shit or whatever. She says to him when he, wants to talk to her about it, well, I'm going to apologize on behalf of Adriana because she isn't, she does not have enough experience to understand my perspective because what I said was, you have traits of being a narcissist that would trigger me. I'm like, that's not what you said. That's not what you said. Now, I don't know if they edited out what she said, but no, what she said was he was a narcissist. And then when she gave the reasons, it was because he was light-skinned and a frat, and light-skinned frat, and because he was tall. So I'm like, either somebody lying. I don't know who it is, but it was what it was. Where she like, oh, okay, but for me to hear my name, linked to, being a narcissist or whatever, that kind of, I don't like because I value my character and my integrity. And then she like, okay, because I've been around the world and I'm 39 and I've seen and lived and I've seen so many people. I'm like, that's a song, okay? And she bring up, I'm just wise enough to know, that I wasn't down talking to you. She talked in circles. I did not get nothing she was talking about. I feel like her saying, I didn't say it, but we saw you say it. I'm like, maybe she got amnesia, I don't know. And her explanation didn't make no sense. And I felt like he also felt like it didn't make sense. We like, okay, that's fine. If you say you wasn't trying to be funny or whatever, we're gonna leave it and be and whatnot. We see a little scene, Naya, who, like Chris, okay, was on a little date with Edwin, okay, little breakfast date. And I'm like, okay, we had not seen Edwin date anybody. I think he went on a walk with Winter at one point, but that was really it. Maybe he went on a walk with Joy. Either way go, Edwin, who's a chef, who's also a former sheriff or whatever, we ain't seen him do much of nothing and whatnot. And so he goes out with her. He brings up how, I realized I was like holding on to past things. I had, dog tags of a friend and soldier who had passed away, and I was always wearing them or whatever. So people was like calling me his name. Girl, just talking and whatnot. He said, but I realized I had to kind of put that down because I had to realize that I have to be able to live life. So, like, since he's been there at the resort, he is taking the dog tags off or whatever. Because, again, like, I have to live life. Naya brings up how I get it, because sometimes we have to realize when we are not emotionally available for people, and you have to be open to things in order to move forward. She brings up how she had 4 miscarriages, multiple failed relationships. Her mom and her grandmama died within 2 months of each other, whatever. And there's a whole bunch of life lessons that she was not prepared for. And then she realized, I gotta fix things within myself to put me in a position to be open to live life. So I get it. I had to fix me to open me up to be here or whatever. Now, she also admits, like, I like Chris. Chris is my boo, whatever, but I like Edwin too now. I'm looking like, oop, it's gonna be a who gets the vagina fight. Okay, we then see Alicia. I want a sponsor as Alicia, okay? And she then gathered a round table of foolishness to discuss how she feel like Brian played her, okay? Now, she had Joy, big hair Joy, radio dude Chris, Winter with the beautiful Winter with the beautiful smile, Anthony, who we don't see too much, whatever, and then messy ass Shay, okay? And Shay's a chef, messy ass chef Shay. Now, she tells him how, me and Brian went on a date. We came back to my room. Okay, I asked him to come back later to watch some movies and cuddle. And he said, okay, I'll come back, okay? But he then left and went to Alex's room, okay? He never came back to me. And in my opinion, when you are on a dating show and you're all dating each other, you can't get upset if you have a date with someone and they leave and they go see somebody else that they're dating. Your date is over. And I don't think he owed you an explanation of where he's about to go. Now, was he wrong for not coming back and not saying anything? Yes. Okay, you should at least give her the respect to go back and say something and whatnot, okay? But I'm like, that's the most he was wrong for, okay? Now, they all say, oh, he should have told you he wasn't interested. I'm like, Brian was 100% giving off, I am not interested vibes. Alicia can't read no room. Okay, she can't read no room. Because again, when she said, I have been waiting for Brian to ask me out, and he didn't, so I asked him out myself. Not only that, he didn't ask you, can I come back later? You asked him, would he? He don't know how to say no. Okay, he feel like if I don't ask you shit, I don't invite myself places, I'm good. He didn't know how to say no. But I feel like them acting as if he did something so wrong is dumb for this. This is a dating show. Y'all all dating each other. What the fuck is going on with y'all? At least, like, Brian is fake. He is so fake. And in the confessional, Radio Chris, said, that's fuckboy behavior. I'm like, it's not fuckboy behavior. He told y'all he liked Alex. We know he liked Alex. He had been out with Alex. He had been kissing up on Alex. Alicia put herself in the situation because that was the only person who she liked. So that's on you, mama. That ain't on him or whatever. Leave that be and whatnot. Now, Joy then brings up within this messy conversation how Simone messy ass walked up to her and Jay and told them, yeah, we seen Winter and Jay go in Winter's room and he was half naked. And Winter like, what? She's like, first of all, we had like a 3-4 minute conversation or whatever, but it wasn't like why she making it be like so salacious, like why make it seem as if I'm doing something wrong or whatever. So she didn't like that or whatever. Now Anthony, who we ain't seen do much of shit or whatever, says in his confessional that was suspect for me for them two to have a conversation in the room. I'm looking like, why? Y'all at a resort. What does it matter? If I talk to you alone in the pool room, in the bathroom, on the golf course, or in your room, we're all dating each other. And if they had sex in 3 minutes, he's a 1 minute man or whatever. This is just a messy ass circle of foolishness or whatever. So we then see Joy and Winter go and get Simone to talk about why Simone felt the need to spread that little bit of, unneeded pettiness of it all or whatever. And Winter's like, look, I heard that you had a conversation with Joy and Jay about me having a conversation with Jay. And I want to know why you did that or what happened with that. You know what I'm saying? And Joy then brings up, I get, because it came off negative, you know what I'm saying? And that's the way you made it seem like it was, something to it or whatever. Simone then admits, you know what I'm saying, it was an insecure moment on my part, okay? This is all new for me or whatever. I'm so used to being chased and being the one someone wants, and I realized I have more maturing to do because I was just jealous. She was jealous that Jay was not giving her the attention that she wants because she likes Jay. And Jay like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Joy, and I'm talking to Winter. So that was her way of being messy and petty and immature or whatever. But at least she admitted to it, okay? She admitted I was being messy as fucking whatnot, okay? Now, she then says sorry to both ladies. I'm sorry to you for offending you. I'm sorry to you. So she does say sorry. And we're like, well, I just don't feel good because, again, you made it seem like I was doing something. And you made it look like I was, freaky deaky or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then Simone started crying. I'm just so sorry. She's like, I'm like, what is you crying for? What? Y'all have not been there long enough to cry over nothing. Nothing. Like, I don't understand that Simone was doing that for attention. She wanted to get out of the hook. Because why are you crying? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like Simone needs to go home next because, again, all the antics she's done since she's been there is not that of anyone who's really ready to love, because you playing games, and that's just stupid. It's enough men there for you to try to figure things out, to not be throwing salt in people's game or whatever. But Joy then starts crying. I'm like, why the fuck is she crying? What is y'all crying for? Girl, is it the weave glue? I don't know. Anyway, she then brings about, I'm cool with both of y'all, and I don't want to see, either of y'all in a bad light. I'm looking like, what the fuck? Winter was Winter's like, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm like, what's with the tears? But they kind of squash it, leave it be. But at the end of the day, we know that Simone is messy. We then see Alicia. And it's Alicia and Brian Gay all over again. And, it's like just the conversation is being spread throughout the whole resort. We got messy ass Shay talking to Alex. It was Alex and somebody else. I can't think. I think maybe it was was it Adriana? Whoever else was right there, whatever. But she brings up how, Alicia was waiting for Brian to come back or whatever, but he went to your room. She's like, oh, well, okay. And then when Alicia walks up and sits down and brings up, well, yeah, because I was on a date with him, and then he went to your room. She's like, okay, so, he went to your room, was supposed to come back, and he didn't. And she's like, well, yeah. And Alex says how it does make her question if Brian's on some bullshit, because why would he do that? And I'm looking like, does nobody see that it's Alicia who was kind of forcing him on a date and he just went along with it? Like, it's not like he really was trying to really kick it with her. He just did not know how to say, no, thank you, I'm good, love, please enjoy it, whatever. But he then left her room, came by and seen you, and then went back to his room. His only wrongdoing is not being upfront and truthful with Alicia and telling her, you know what, it's been a long day, I'm not going to come back or whatever, but have a good night, I'm going to leave right now. That's what he should have done, but he did not. Okay, I don't care. Anyway, she then say, well, you know what, let's go talk. I'm like, why is Alicia wanting to talk to Alex? I'm like, why is Alicia going to everybody else except Brian? She went to Joy, to Chris, to Anthony, to Shay, to not to Alex. Adriana was. It's like, why you went to everybody else except Brian? Because you want some bullshit, Alicia. I'm gonna leave that be too. Now, while they have that conversation or whatever, she's like, well, I don't know what happened or whatever, but he didn't come back to her. She's like, no, he did not come back. But can you go tell Brian I want to talk to him? So Alicia then sends Alex to go tell Brian to come. I'm like, this is the childish and pettiest bullshit. While that's happening, Radio Raheem as Chris is talking to Brian, telling Brian, like, man, people talking. about you, going out with Alicia and then going back to her room and leaving her there or whatever, and then going to Alex's room or whatever and not going back to Alicia's room. And Brian admits, him saying, look, I'm just not good at rejecting people. I don't know how to really reject people, and for that to be okay, whatever. I didn't mean any harm, by not going back to her room or whatever. It's really not that big of a deal as they make it seem as if he fucked Alicia and then left her there and then went and fucked Alex. And he did not. He hasn't even kissed Alicia. No one has kissed Alicia as far as we know. She just like Brian. Okay, I'm like, this is the childishest shit ever. So now Brian is having a conversation with Alicia because she's upset as if he blatantly did something so wrong to her and they a couple that he was wrong. I'm like, no. Now, when she like, I can't believe what you did, Brian. He's like, look, you know what I'm saying? I made a mistake. I needed to be more clear about things, but I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I did mess up. I didn't mean to do that, but I need to be more clear about, me not doing things or whatever. She then said, I can't pursue you anymore. I'm looking like, he don't care. You let him off the hook at that point in time, because now he does not have to reject you. He can just be walking away from you. Walk away, because I'm like, why is she really going around acting this girl? This show, maybe this is a filler episode, because I'm like, this is a bush ass girl. I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, we then see Shay. Shay is talking to Rashid, but Shay, I don't know if Shay was drunk, if she was acting drunk, if she was high, or what it was, or what. I think she was just drunk. But she talking to Rashid, and she was kind of loud. And seeing a little bit, oh, you a Kappa? I know about you Kappas. Y'all are pretty boys. I dated them before. Y'all the devil. I'm looking like, that's not how you... So Denise called them tall, light skin, and tall, light skin, and what else was it? Oh, and a frat. So he's narcissistic. Now you saying because he's in the Kappa frat, he's the devil? I'm like, I need y'all to kind of just stop. Leave these people. It was like, what is you talking about? But Alicia, it was such an awkwardness of her flirting with Rashid, and I'm like, what you flirting for? And the whole time Radio Chris is watching from across the room like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, why is she twerking? What is going on here? Look, she was being flirtatious for no reason in the wrong place. It's like if a shark was looking for a fish in the hen house. You know what I'm saying? If a shark is looking for fish to eat in a goddamn hen house, the hen's gonna be like, why the shark? Ain't no fish in here. But let him swim around in the hay. But ain't no fish in here. He not eating no hens. He looking for fish in the hen house. Shay was looking for fish in a hen house. I'm gonna leave that be or whatever. It was just a weird ass scene just showing us Shay not supposed to be there, okay? Now we then see Jay and Winter having a whole conversation, chit-chatting or whatever. They have an attraction. They both say how they're attracted to one another, whatever. He said how she's a beautiful person, that she seems complete. You know what I'm saying? And even though she's there looking for love, you can tell she's not there looking for someone to complete her, because she's already a complete person. And she tells him how, you know what I'm saying, I can see this quiet strength in you. That within your presence, you don't have to say anything, but you have this king-like presence. I'm like, now that's a compliment. Those are two of the best compliments I've ever heard two people give each other. That you have a king presence. A quiet, strong king presence. And you are here looking for love, but you complete, but you still beautiful. I'm like, come on now, let them know, okay? Now we then see Kafani and Adriana hanging out playing Connect 4, okay? And he brings up, I like her. I like her height, her smile, her beauty, her curves. I like how she looks at me. I'm like, that's a good compliment. I like how they look at me. But his body is amazing or whatever. Now, she brings up how with Kafani, she likes him too. Like, in this whole high school crush, just smiling all day kind of way. And she trying to pick out, between Rashid and Kafani. You know what I'm saying? It's like a safe, good thing. or a new great thing. I'm looking like, well, who's good and who's great? I need to know which is which. Is Rashid the safe good thing, and Calfani's this new great thing? Like, girl, let me know. But I'm like, I mean, they different. They two different men. So we then see it is elimination. Okay, all the men sitting around at elimination. We got Anthony in that plaid shirt. We got Rashid in the white striped shirt. Calfani is next. Then we have Brian in the all black. We have Chris in the leopard unbuttoned shirt, as he's always showing his chest. We then have Baldhead Jay in his little suit or whatever, and then Edwin on the end. Okay, so the men sitting around Uncle Tommy, whatever, and they bring up who they like. Okay, Jay say he likes Joy and Winter. Anthony say he likes Winter and Denise. Rashid I like Adriana. Brian says, I like Alex. Calfani said, I like Denise and Adriana. He like, but, for me it's tough because Denise be so forward and upset about me, liking anybody else or even talking to anyone else. He brings up he did not like it because he's like, it's so early on and everyone's still getting to know one another. He don't like her kind of being possessive so quick or whatever. I say, sometimes it's a sign. Chris, of course, says Naya. And then Edwin also says Naya. But he also says how he likes Joy too. But when he said Naya name, Chris is looking like, that's my girl. But I'm like, we never know. Now, who they don't like, all other guys said Shay. For all kind, because she's messy, okay, because she's like the homie or whatever, and because of the whole conversation about when she walked away from the talking, they don't like Shay. No one likes Shay, okay? Shay is not good for the show. A lot of y'all think that Shay was a plant. I do think she was a plant, but not like she knew she was a plant, but production put her there knowing nobody may not jail with her, because again, I don't think she was there for love. I think she was there for a vacation. And y'all also brought up how she was on that Rome, some show that was on Bravo about dating in Rome or whatever. I didn't watch it, but I guess she was on there, so I guess she still ain't found love or whatever. Anyway, Jay brings up how Simone rubbed him the wrong way with her jealous intentions on, telling Joy, oh, I seen, Jay talking to old girl without a shirt on or whatever. Rashid, of course, brings up Denise because the whole comment about him and his light skinness or whatever. And Tommy, I just wish we can get to a point to where people will stop commenting on people's skin tones as in a way of tearing them down, especially within our own community or whatever. I said, that's cool. Now, Calfani says how, with Denise shouldn't even be, speaking about someone in a negative way unless she has some facts about it. Like, she should have not called him a narcissist if she didn't have facts to back up that assumption of him. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to judge someone's character, because that can then sway how the other ladies see him, and then they would not want to date him based on your misconception. And I was like, they can also make the guys not want to date her, but it's fine. Chris says Alicia, and how she told me on day one I was not her type. Okay, so I'm like, that's fine. And Brian also says Alicia, because of her bringing up the whole issue with, him not coming back to the room. But he again admits, him saying, look, I was caught in an entanglement or whatever, and I dropped the ball when I should have just told her I was not coming back from the beginning. I'm looking like, well, you smart. That's true. Okay, so we then see is between three ladies who are going home. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, it is either Denise, top, Alicia, the middle, and Shay at the bottom. Now, they had Edwin met with Shay, Calfani met with Denise, and then Chris met with Alicia. And, Edwin told Shay, look, you know what I'm saying? Your way of doing things kind of rub people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Even the whole thing with you walking away from the conversation about, what's going on in the world right now. People kind of did not like that. Oh, you know what? That was not my intent to be rude or whatever. I'm so sorry. I do apologize if that's how anyone took it. And then he said, well, yeah, but anyway, yeah, you're going home. We don't feel like you're ready to love. And she said, okay, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I would not have done anything differently or whatever, but I get that I'm not supposed to be here right now. Okay, so we then see Shay is what gone home. So then it's between these two here. Now I knew Shay was gonna go home because I'm like, she wasn't talking to nobody or whatever. Okay, so we see Cal finally like with Denise, like, look, Denise, you are gorgeous. You're beautiful, like you're gorgeous, you're glowing chocolate skin. Okay, but everybody don't feel you like I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Some things going on or whatever. He brings up the whole Rashid issue with her, making those accusations or whatever. He brings up how she treated Adriana and even treated him in the respect of just them trying to talk and get to know one another. How, I respect people who respect other people. Sometimes you don't respect people or whatever and want to leave that be. He's like, but I'm not here to bash you, ma. And she was like, oh my God, I'm not going home. I cannot go home without my man. And she was very, very nervous. I think she needed that kick in the ass because she felt like she was a top dog because, it's Cal. I like how he likes me. And we're like, no, the guys don't like you because you're on some bullshit sometimes. However, he like, you may still be here or whatever. And then when Chris was talking to Alicia, he like, you're very assertive, you know what I'm saying? And you make us laugh all the time, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And you look great. And she said, yeah, I have a homie vibe with y'all too. Look like a homie vibe. A homie vibe? He was like, oh, well, okay, He said, but we think at this moment, you are not ready to love. And she was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I am very picky. Okay, I only like Brian, so it's fine. I'm looking like... Girl, she then went on. Chris told her, like, I think in the future you may want to just open up a little bit more in the future because, again, you only like Brian. That's kind of crazy or whatever. But she brings up, like, I do need to be more open or whatever because I did friends on all of the guys when I was there. But I'm a queen. I know I'm bad. I know I have a great body. I know I got real hair. I have a personality. And I know a whole bunch of dudes who like me. So I'll find love somewhere else. Okay, so Alicia's gone too. But I felt like, girl, then why are you here? If you have all of that going, why are you here? Because you need help. She's not, no. We see why she's single. Okay? Anyway, that means Denise stays. Great. Yay. Or whatever. But anyway, Kalani does tell her that she needs to open up more. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be so closed off or whatever. So we then see she go on a date with Anthony. And, because she wants to be more open and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They was playing croquet or whatever. They have a whole good little vibe or whatever. And then, like, whoever loses the game has to jump in the pool naked. So she lost. She had to jump in the pool naked. Well, with her panties on. She was topless, but had her panties on or whatever. And then he got naked too down to his boxers. And he jumped in too. And it was cute. Let's hope there's a softness to her that does not make her so abrasive because of things that she's been through in life. We're going to hope that happens or whatnot. And then the ladies meet up with Tommy and are told that their friends are there because, you're dating someone, your friends meet your dude or whatnot. So the friends are here to do what? Meet your dude. And so the girls will be sending somebody home next week. Okay? And that was all episode. I'm done. Peace.